Again, we're talking about tangent and a chord, making angles. Angle 1 is right here. And we said it makes what angle? Or excuse me, which arc? AB. So it's going to be half of whatever AB is. And then angle 2, which is over here,
Make BCA.
will make BCA. And we need to remember that how many degrees are right there? 180 for the total there. So if angle 1 happened to be 80, then angle 2 would have to be 100 to make the 180 part. All right, the second one is when we have angles inside the circle. Notice there's nothing on the outside like the first one. This rule says each angle is half the sum of the arcs intercepted by the angle and is vertical. All right, simplifying that down. Which arc does angle 1 make?
CD.
CD. Everybody good with that, right?
Yes, sir.
Which one is vertical from that?
AB.
So there are your two parts that you're going to use. Angle 1 would be half of CD plus AB. The one that it makes and the one that's vertical. Angle 2 would be half of which two then?
AB and CD.
I disagree.
AC and
Alright, let's do this. Which one does angle 2 make?
BD.
BD, that's the one I'm going to start with. And then the
AC.
vertical one would be AC. Alright, notice what's different on this one. Where are the angles at?
On the outside.
Outside of the circle. On the previous ones, angles inside, angles inside. Here, the angles wind up on the outside. So, the rule says it is half of the difference. Difference means what? Subtract. So, if the angle is outside, we're going to be subtracting. Half of the measures of the intercepted arcs. Do big arc minus little arc. That's the easy way to remember it. What is the big arc on number 1?
AB.
BC.
In between the lines now. I've got to look in between that.
BC.
So BC is the big one. Minus,
CA.
I'm going to say AC. CA, same thing. So it's half of the big minus the little. If I go to number 2, well, the first one was a secant and a tangent. Here I've got two tangents. What is my, which two arcs am I looking at? What's my big arc?
PQR.
PQR minus
PR.
PR. How do I know I got to have that one first, the PQR? That's the bigger one. The bigger one is the PQR. If I say PR, which way do I have to go?
The other way.
The short way. If it's PR, I've got to go the short way. All right, angle 3, we've got two secants down there. What's the big one?
WXY.
No, WZ.
No, in between the lines.
XY.
Thank you. XY is the big one in between,
WZ. is
and
small.
WZ is the small one. How would I solve for angle 1?
132 divided by 2.
If I'm looking for the angle, and I've got the arc, I take the arc, divide by 2. How much?
You see 6.
All right. What if I did this and said, well, I want to know what angle 2 is right there.
Well, then
You gotta-
subtract 66 from 180.
So angle 2 would then be 180 minus 66, or 114. Make sure you understand that, because you're going to have to do that a bunch. All right, so if I go to the second one over here, I'm looking for arc EFD.
110 times 2, and it'd be 220. That's the whole thing.
So EFD would be 220. Well, what if I did this then? How much is arc ED?
ED would be 220 minus 360.
Well,
which-
360 minus 220. So that would be 140. What about angle 2 right there? How much would that be?
It'd be 180, and that'd be 70 if we wanted.
All right. Are there any questions on how to do that right there? It gives you the angle, you multiply by 2, gives you the arc, divide by 2. If you're looking for the rest of the line, subtract from 180. If you're looking for the rest of the circle, subtract from 360. Alright, if I want to look at this, what does the rule say when the angles are inside like this? What does the rule say?
Angle is inside a circle. Each angle is
Half of the arc that it makes and the one that's vertical. So if I wanted to solve for x,
divided by.
it's going to be half. What arc does it make?
GH.
Which is?
140.
So it's half of 140 plus the one that's vertical. Which one is vertical?
FG or FJ.
So that would be half of 140 plus 112. Just type that in the calculator just like you see it.
If you didn't have an arc, I mean, the measures, you would just do GH and
If it has no measures, then that's all you can do is put the letters, but it's going to have numbers in there. All right, so I would do half of 140 plus 112, 126. If I'm trying to do this problem, which two arcs do I, y'all, which two arcs do I need?
72.
The 72, because that's the one that's across from
And
it,
the supplementary.
and the vertical one across. Well, the problem is I don't have that vertical one that's across.
You got them all up against
So the first thing I've got to do is say 140, 102, and 72.
It's 314.
And then I take that 314 and say, well, 360 minus 314 leaves.
46.
So this part is 46, but that's still not the answer. I've got to take
But
this and
now
now
we can do
say
that.
it's half of the arc that it makes, which is 72, plus the one that's across from it, vertical, which is 46. Type that in the calculator. Is that 59?
Yeah.
Next time,
Now,
I'll get my answer.
What we need to understand is this, guys. Do not confuse this with that.
you would divide.
This right here is 36 and you're done with the problem. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen people do this and say, oh, half of 72, there's my answer. It's not what these are.
Well, if that was the case, then why would you put the other two?
Well, that's what I'm saying. What people do is they want to confuse this with the other one and say, well, half of 72 is 36, so I got my answer. Well, half of 72 is 36, that's my answer. If it's inside the circle like this, you have to do the plus stuff in between. All right, this is the same rule as the last one, but you're gonna have to do it a little bit different way. What am I looking for on this one?
X.
Which is,
Yeah, it's on the outside arc.
it's the arc.
FJ.
These, I was looking for the angle inside. All right, the rule is the same. The angle is half of the arc that it makes and the vertical.
What you didn't realize is what.
When I look at this problem, the first thing you need to notice, this 52 is not the number I need to work with.
144.
Nope. 52 matches up with those two, right?
I thought you could do that.
I can't do that. I need this angle right here. So how am I going to find what this is right here? How would I find that angle?
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2.
No, sir. I told y'all at the beginning, make sure you remember this because we're going to have to use it.
That's
What's
easy.
about 52 by 2?
There's a 52, right?
The other one would be this.
No.
That's gonna be 180.
It's gotta be 180.
There's a line. Part of it is 52. The other part is 180 minus 52. So this angle inside that I actually need is 128. Do we understand that part of it? Why the 52 is not the right number? 52 does not match up with the 144 and the X. So in order to get that number that matches up, I have to subtract from 180 because it's a line. All right. The rule says this. The angle is half of the first arc plus the second arc. What is the angle in this case?
128.
It's 128. So I'm going to put the 128 in first. What is the arc that it makes, the first arc? 144. Plus the arc that's vertical, which in this case is. So there's my equation that I've got to solve. Please pay attention to this next part. Every single problem we have that looks like this, your next step is going to be multiply both sides by 2. Every time. So I'm going to say 2 times 128, and then 2 times 1/2 times 144 plus x.
128 times 2 is 256.
Now look at this next part. What is 2 times 1/2?
It's 1.
It's just 1. Then I've got 1 for this stuff right here times this. Well, 1 times anything is
The same thing.
that same thing. And now I have a very simple equation to solve.
Just 2.
Oh, so you would have to times 2 by the 144
No.
for the x.
Because when you do 2 times 1, that or 2 times 1/2, that becomes 1, and you're done with it.
It's 112. After you subtract.
So there's your answer, 112.
Did that 128 go to the other angle up there? The other way? Up, brother.
Yeah, this would be a 128 too, so
Yeah.
that would be the 2 I'd be looking at.
That's pretty easy.
All right, if I wanted to solve this one, I know the angle, half of the arc that it makes, and the arc that's vertical. Again, 47 works. It's the one I need because it matches up with the 40 and the x already. So I don't need to worry about the other one. So 47 is my angle. The arc that it makes is 40. The one that's vertical is the x. Again, what are we always going to do with this right here? Times it by 2. So 2 times 47, and 2 times 1/2, 40 plus x.
94.
94 equals, those two cancel out. What's left is what's in the parentheses.
54.
You subtract off that, and you got your answer.